seriously. What is up, everyone? Hey, it is, we're going to try doing this for a little while. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see how this goes. This is kind of a new thing. I am going to try and see what we can do here. Going live. It's pretty early here. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, but I'm up that time every morning. So drink a little coffee, finish my cup of coffee with you, maybe spend a half an hour with you every morning and try and get out a live podcast. So this is on YouTube. Let me see here. I'm going to see if I can find my chat window. I haven't done this in a while. So going live is one of those things that I've always loved to do, but I don't do it a whole lot. So there you go. That's what it is. So, but I thought, I get up in the morning every day and do these types of things. And I'm trying to find the chat box because it's here somewhere where people, if you are listening or watching, because right now there is 0 people watching, which is fine. But, there's a lot of people struggling with stuff. There's a lot of people working through stuff. There's a lot of people who are doing things, and I'm struggling right now. Like, it's one of those things where there's a lot of things going on in my life that I need to get things going. And I need to make things better, and I need to do the things that I can do to push this out. And I'm sorry, I hear it. I don't see it. I'm trying to find this freaking chat right now. But we're here. We're in the morning, and I want to kind of motivate people to want to do more, and be there and show up. And those are the types of things that I want to see, gosh dang it. This thing is going to drive me crazy. Here we go. Somewhere in here, I'm going to have to Google it to figure out where the chat is, because like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. It's somewhere. And we'll get started on, like I said, this is a beginning. This is there it is. Never mind. I know exactly where it is. I just can't find it. Perfect. Cece, what's happening? Now I know where you are. Now I know where people are. So anyway, Cece's in the house, a good friend of mine. I should go follow her. I'm drinking out of my Warriors Collection cup. I know we both know that because my friend Brian Sales drinks. This is his coffee, so that's what I drink every morning. I've also been trying this new thing that someone reached out to me from Magic Mind, and this is like a green shot, and it has matcha and adaptogens and nootropics and immunity. Really good, really nice stuff, because with coffee, you drink coffee, and what happens with coffee is that you need another cup, and you need another cup, and you need another cup. So I'll finish this cup, and I'll probably have 2 more, but I've been drinking this, and the nice thing about it is I don't really need another cup of coffee after I have this, and you drink it with your coffee. It's green, and I don't like green stuff. It's called Magic Mind. Really good stuff. Shake it, drink it. That's what you do. And it kind of keeps you going. I really like it. A lot of people it's been on Joe Rogan's podcast and things like that. So pretty interesting. But, what I like to do myself in the morning, and I've been praying a lot lately because there's been a lot of goofy things going on right now in my life, and trying to get things straight. But I recently took kind of a big pay cut, kind of sort of in my life, but we had just bought this house that, with the pay that I had, would have been okay, but it's not. So now we're trying to figure things out, because this house, I'm sitting in this studio that I built on this house so that I could have this place to podcast. And it's part of why I'm doing it this morning. And I think I'm going to try and do this every single morning and try to build something. And it's not going to be very good for East Coast people or for West Coast people, because it's 4 o'clock in the morning in California. It's 5 o'clock where I'm at. And then on the East Coast, it's 7. So there will be some people in here. There will be some people hanging out. Like CC, I know you're East Coast, so it's okay because it's 7 o'clock over there. Unless you wake up early. I appreciate that, CC. It's something that it's kind of helped me be a little bit stronger in my faith, because I need to be better. I need to, and one of the things that I talked about with my wife the other day was we go to church, or we are church going people, We just haven't done it very often. And I don't necessarily think you got to go to church anyway, but it helps. And, just being more in faith and praying and having a closer connection with God is very important to me, because I need it. The problem is that as a person like me, like I always think about what does it take to get there. And I don't want to be the person my wife, we always talk about like going to church, like let's go to church on Christmas. And I'm like, no, we haven't gone to church all year. And I don't feel like we should go to church on Christmas, because I feel like we're just going because it's Christmas, right? We need to go because we need to go. And she said something to me, and she goes, there's no bad time to go to church. There's no bad time to pray. It's not like, because I feel like that's the other thing is like, okay, so I pray more when I'm in trouble, right? And I always try to pray and not like say, do this for me, right? Like show me the way is what I want. And that's what I need. I need someone to just kind of help me and guide me to know that I need to see, right? What can I see? Give me the vision to help me do the right thing. And that's kind of what that is with this house. This is kind of the struggle with the house, is that like, do I need to sell it, or can I make a way? And so right now I'm trying to make a way, and I don't want to. Like I was out mowing the lawn yesterday, and I was thinking, like I'm mowing this lawn for someone else. Like I planted this grass for someone else. I've built this studio for someone else, because it's not mine, or it's not like we haven't even hung pictures up on the wall, and I need to have some faith in what I'm doing and try to understand that, I will be okay. And whatever's supposed to happen is happening. So I'm kind of on this fence right now where I'm almost thinking that what I'm going to do, like I know what I'm going to do, is I'm going to just build this thing out. And then if I can do as many episodes as I can in a month and figure something out, and, maybe something will come from it, right? Maybe something will come from it, because that's what I need to do. We need to get more views. That helps. We need to get more subscribers. That helps. We need to get, it's just one of those things. Those are the types of things, we do offer stuff, but I don't think that, like I have shirts and hats and stickers and all that crap, but I don't think that that's going to be enough to make the situation better. What I need to do is I need to get interviews going. I need to get people subscribing, because the more they watch, the better chance I have of someone like breaking it out. Because we've been doing this for 4 years, but that's what's kind of nice about this is like, I can just kind of run my mouth right now until I finish my cup of coffee and go from there. But like some of the things that I do, to help myself stay motivated is start to think about like what other people do. I read, I look at quotes, and it's weird because I used to think like my mom used to post these quotes on Facebook all the time, and I'm just like, this is annoying. Stop. And it's like, it's almost because I don't know that I necessarily like, I see her posting them, but then I kind of know her and I'm not sure, like that type of thing. For me, it's like living that, right? Like, I feel like if you're going to say something or do something or whatever, you got to live by it. You got to build by it. You got to be by it. And that's, that's kind of like, that goes back to the long line with faith. Like people say, well, religion, like you're religious. Well, I'm not, I don't know. I'm God-fearing. I'm not religious because I think that religion gets a bad name. I think that a lot of people who are in these churches and things like that judge you, and it's not their job to judge, right? Like I don't care what you do, it's for you, right? And that's how it needs to be. Like we go to church and we talk about that, and people go and they're like, well, you're doing this and you're doing that and blah, blah, blah. Well, we're all sinners, no matter what you want. No one is perfect. And I think that when people start judging you based on what you're doing, they really need to look within, because the reality is they're not the judge of you. So I think that that's why religion gets a bad rap. And I don't like to talk a lot about religion because I don't think that it's, try to keep it kind of on the down low, because I think that, again, it's how everyone interprets it and how everyone feels. But that, that's it in a roughness, or in a roundabout way. Anyway, so one of the things that I do is I like to listen to music, right? So there's this really good music, or this really good song coming out right now that I like. And I think that that's kind of what I'm going to do. We're going to have a little topic while I drink my coffee. We'll see how long it goes through it. I'm going to try and get like a half hour in maybe, and we'll see how it goes. But this is the thing that I want to try and do every single day, because I want people to have a place to come and talk and hit in the chat room if you're there. This is live on YouTube, Facebook, on the Shaping Success page, which I don't really cultivate as much anymore. But this new song came out last week, and it's called Dig Deep by Adelita's Way. And, well, it's not by Adelita's Way. It's by New Medicine Adelita's Way. It's the two of them. What I see people do when I truly want to jump on UGC is that this is dump tons of content every day. I appreciate that, CC. That's kind of where it is. Like I do the YouTube shorts. I do the video. Like this week's interview was super fun. It was in here with my daughter. If you haven't checked it out, you should go check it out. It was pretty cute, pretty fun. My 10-year-old daughter and I did an interview yesterday, and I dropped it because these guys, these Magic Mind, they sent me this and they want to see what they can do about a sponsorship. Now, I don't know if they've really watched podcasts or not, and they know how many views I get because they kept asking for data, and I kept telling them, well, I'm not going to send you anything because it changes, right? And I could change them data or whatever, but I don't think that their return on investment will be what they hope on, but maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know. But it would be great to get that going, because one of the things that I have going on in here is that I have purchased some equipment, and I'm not certain that things are going to go the way that I want them to go. So I need to be able to, thanks. Yeah, it is a pretty cute little interview. I need to be able to support, this is a business for me. Like, it's not my day job because I sell window coverings during the day, and which I need that to make money, right? Like the gist of it is I went from salary back to commission, which basically makes nothing consistent, right? Because it's consistent on what I sell, if the calls come in, if I generate leads, if they generate leads, me doing work. So that's the big problem, is like there's not enough work right now, and winter is a really slow time. And this house payment that I took on was based on the payment that I was going to make this much money, and now I don't know if I'm going to make this much money, so it's always scary. So we're making adjustments to hopefully keep it. But yeah, that's kind of the big thing, right? This is the thing. Like what I keep telling myself, I'm looking, to inspiration and different things in the Bible, like having faith and knowing that whatever is right will be shown to me, which a lot of times it gets shown to me. Like I feel like people call it karma, people call it faith, people call it whatever you want. But like, I feel like when you do the work, when you try, when you're working hard, when you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, the things will happen that are supposed to happen. But you may not like that. That may not be what you want, but it's what's supposed to happen. So that's, I have thought about this thing the whole time. This was supposed to happen for some reason, and I'm not quite sure why yet. But maybe it's to make me stronger. Maybe it's to make me work harder. Maybe it's to make, something happen that's supposed to happen. And I'm not ready to give up on trying to stay here. Like that's not it. Like this is, I was out mowing the lawn yesterday. I'm like mowing the lawn for someone else. Mowing the lawn for me. I put that lawn in for me. This is my property. This is my house. So I've got to figure out a way to make it happen. And, that's kind of like that this, Adelita's Way, New Medicine, the song that I'm talking about right now called Dig Deep. I think we have to tell ourselves, like, people don't understand, like, visualization of what's going to actually happen. You have to believe that it's going to happen before it happens. And if you don't believe that it's going to happen, like if you don't believe you can make it happen, then it never will happen. And that's a different place where I was before. It was like, I used to be like, oh man, I always plan for the worst and hope for the best. And I think you need to plan for the best and hope for the best. I just didn't do that. And that's, like this song, it's like, it's funny how I don't know that Jake and Rick understand what they write, but it does move people. And if you listen to words and music, that's what's really cool. And this is where I draw my inspiration from, recently. It says, like, the first line is checkmate. You don't want to test me. I will go till my toes and my nose bleed. And it says, I said, checkmate. You don't want to test me. While the rest sleep, that's when I dig deep. And I really believe that. Like, you think about it. I do go to bed early and I get up early. but everyone's sleeping right now. And, like most people are sleeping right now. And I have gotten up to do this. Like this is something that I'm wanting to do so that I can hopefully expand on something and continue to work, digging deep is something that a lot of people, like when failure rolls in, they get lost and they don't know where to go. And so that's kind of it. Like, I mean, that's the tough part. Like you have to decide, if it didn't work out for you, did you fail? Like if I lose this house, did I fail? Maybe. But my wife and I have also been talking about how this is a thing, right? We have each other. We have our 2 kids. And that's the number one important thing. And this is just a place to lay our head. And this is just a room. I have attachment to it because it was something that I designed and something that I was excited for and something that I want and something that I need. But, I'll be okay if it's not here. I'll survive. I'll still have my wife. I'll still have my kids. I'll still have us. And this is just a vessel for us to be in, just like our bodies, like they're a vessel for us to live our best life. And if I can deal with that, if I can get through that, which I'm working on, things will be better, right? And that's it. Yeah, and I appreciate that, like I believe in me too. And I think that that's a big part, CC, is like believing in you. If you guys are watching, like I don't know, there's 2 people in here supposedly. You guys can drop comments in the chat. CC's awesome about being in there. One of the things that I want to do is I want to kind of create an army, but I want my own Swifties, like if we have these people in our corner that are all working together to make sure that we're pushing out all this content and everything. It's like I need a ringleader. I need a Shaping Success ringleader, I don't know, someone in charge of that. But, sharing posts, picking a group, making a bunch of people, that's kind of always been one of those things, like this network of people that are there. And CC, I appreciate you always being here. It's like, I feel like every time I go live on YouTube, you are here. And I really appreciate that. We also have, I don't know if Nikki's in here, but Nikki's one of the people that work for me. I say work for me, but she does work for me. I don't pay her, but she writes all my show notes and descriptions and things like that. And it's just awesome to have those types of people in your corner. And that's what it's about for me, is like creating this army. Like if I'm successful, then we're all successful. And the idea is that at some point I will be able to have enough people that, YouTube seems to be kind of where it's at, but like I have to grow it. I have to build it. I have to make that number bigger because it makes a couple bucks a month. And no one's going to make money just off YouTube. And that's why we sell the merchandise and things like that, because that will make a little bit of money, but it's kind of difficult because you have to kind of front that a little bit. So, it's it. I mean, that's it. That's today. That's what I'm working on, digging deep, We're almost out of time here because I got to go get ready for work and get the kids up. One of the things that has happened is my wife was able to work part-time before Nolan was born. And now, awesome. Yeah. And that's one thing you can do, turn on the notifications so you can get them. So that's great. She had to go back to work full-time, and then she's working extra shifts because these are the sacrifices that we're making to try and pay for the house because we don't want to sell it. We have talked to a realtor, and I think it's probably next week going to be listed. But I told the realtor that doesn't mean we're going to sell it. We're able to make the next couple payments, but we don't know if we're going to be able to sustain that. So that's where we're at. That's what we're working on. So again, like one of the things with this is like, I'm doing this. I got to do it. You can see there's no baseboards in here. I need to add those in. If you saw you can kind of see there's some base foam down there, and I've got more foam stuff, and I've got some lighting, and I got a new camera and all that stuff. I was like, I'm not going to take these things out of the box because I bought them right before this happened, and now I don't have them. So I feel like if I don't do it, then I'm not doing it, and I'm not trying. So we're going to make this work. And that's all there is to it. And that is the message today. CC, I appreciate you being here. And if you guys are watching this a little bit later, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you can help in any way, Patreon will get you some extra stuff, because like I've been doing some bonus episodes, and I'm going to actually release these on the podcast as well, but they're going to be unedited. This is unedited. It's going to be dropped into the podcast. But those are things that you can do to help. Subscribe is like the number one thing that we can do, right? Subscribe, turn on the notifications, make sure you're watching, comment on post, share post, all those things. And I don't know that people really understand that they don't have to really pay anything to help that, but that's one of the big things. So again, I'm about to roll out of here, but today's message is dig deep. We are going to post this stuff on, the podcast. You're also going to see it on YouTube. I've got to get the SEO stuff kind of squared away on it, but, this is the Shaping Success podcast. This is the Success Warrior crew. These are the people that we want in our corner. So wherever you're hearing this, just remember that success is generated by you, and you have to. Today's message is dig deep. All right. And we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see how it kind of works, kind of rolls out, but I'm going to try and do this every day. 5 o'clock every morning. Try and do this. So dig deep today and have an awesome day. CC, thanks for hanging out. Thank you for all the interaction. And if you guys are seeing this later, please share this, and please join me at 5 o'clock every morning for, I'm just going to call it morning coffee, Shaping Success Morning Coffee. Warriors Collection. Use a code. I got to remember I think it's code SWC. I got to talk to Brian. But you can get a discount on your coffee. Have an awesome day.